on again. So my name's Vicki and I'm the travelling tarot teacher. So you can actually see I'm on the road again. I have my camp here in place, lovely. And I'm coming to you from Victor Harbour in South Australia. So I've set everything up so you can see the lovely beach and see me and see some cards. And so we're going to do some cards for week commencing March 22nd, 2021. I'm going to pull 6 cards for you and for me to see what energy is affecting us this week, for the week ahead, how we're going to respond to it, and what we're sort of vulnerable around, and what is our soul doing in that as well. So let's begin. So I'm shuffling the cards and I'm choosing 6 random ones. Hopefully it doesn't blow away. 1, 2, 3. Hope you're all having a good week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to be doing this every week for you now. I was putting them straight up onto my YouTube channel, but I like the idea of sharing it with you here at the Spiritual Lens Directory show as well. So I'll be in both places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even I don't know what I've chosen. So let's start with this is that your weekly forecast for week commencing March 22nd, 2021, weekly guidance by the tarot, by me, Vicki Haspel, the travelling tarot teacher. So this is where we're all at. We've got this 9 of Cups card. So the 9 of Cups card talks about manifesting. We're making things happen. It's actually the wish card. So we are feeling that we can accomplish anything right now. So this week is going to be a really good week for feeling content, that we're in control of stuff, that we can actually make things happen, and we don't even have to put any effort in to make those things happen. We're just going to just poodle along, and whatever doesn't work for us, we are more than happy to let that go. So that's what we know about ourselves this week. I'm really looking forward to that, by the way. Our what is our soul, our guides, our aura? What is it moving us towards? What is the unconscious energy working with us this week? And we have the 7 of Wands. So we're looking at that. The 7 of Wands is going to prompt us to actually be better. So as much as everything is feeling nice, we must be in a really good comfort space, right, to feel really nice and comfortable for the 7 of Wands to come in and push us a little bit. So that means that our soul, the unseen, the unconscious, is encouraging us to be better, to look outside of ourselves and well, how can I know I'm comfortable here, I'm really good at what I'm doing, how can I be better? And so that'll be like the unconscious message that's coming along. Now, what are we fearful of? What is it that we're sensitive about? What is it that we're not too sure about? What's going to trip us up or challenges us? And we have this here, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, when it comes in this vulnerable space, is that I'm not connected enough to my intuition. Am I right? Am I feeling this right? Even though look, I'm ready to be pushed, I'm very comfortable where I am. Am I feeling it? Am I right? Am I right? What are the signs? What are the signs? Looking for the signs. I'm not really sure about this. So high anxiety, expect that. I'm really sorry. We're worried about that. We're going to get it wrong, I guess. However, having said that, the fact that the High Priestess is sitting in that space and that energy tells me that we are going to be strengthening our intuition simply because we are paying a lot of attention to it, because we're not sure about it, which is always a good thing. We're going to work out how to strengthen that and how to connect with it stronger. So, what is our future? How are we going to react? I apologize. This is the reaction card. A bit of hesitation. The Magician card tells us that we are going to come to the cusp of this change. We go, oh, this is what I really want to do. We're going to get there and go, oh, hesitate. That's because there's still something else to work out. Or that we just have that one little tiny thing that we need to help us feel and get us over the edge. So the one more bit of information, that one more bit of courage, that one more person to turn up, that one more sign to turn up, or that connection to our soul. We are going to respond by just hesitating. We're going to see the doorways open, we're going to see the opportunities there, just going to stand on the threshold and say, is this for me? That's our action. What is our future? It means funny enough, we got the Hanged Man. tells me that all of that stuff's going to fall into place. There's still just that's what I was talking about. That hesitation means that something is not quite in place just yet. We're going to feel great. We're going to feel motivated to, okay, I want to try something new, or I want to be better. How do I know this is the right thing for the right way for me? The opportunity is going to show itself. We're going to go, oh, simply because not everything's in place just yet. So that means you're right. If there is a bit more information, the right person has to turn up, the right information has to turn up, the right thought process, the right healing, all those things are coming together to help you. And that's why he's here. He's holding you in place. That's why you're hesitating. Because your intuition is spot on. Your intuition is spot on. It's time. The opportunity is there. You don't have to push yourself over the threshold. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be waiting for that right moment. Now, what is our spiritual goal? What is our soul teaching us this week? What is it in it for us, basically? Our soul is reminding us about what we are good at. So, once we understand and accept what we're actually good at and what we're actually capable of doing, we are not going to overextend ourselves. We are not going to promise something that we can't deliver. Those hesitations, those delays are going to be so helpful, because we'll know ourselves so well. And that's why, and look, this is probably, to me, the challenge card, or the sensitivity card, the vulnerability card, about strengthening that connection to yourself and knowing who you are and trusting your intuition is going to come in so handy. Strengthening it, the fact that you fear it, the fact that you're unsure of it, the fact that I'm unsure of it, means that we're going to be looking to strengthen it. It's going to be such a great tool to help us to feel confident. We can't move forward until we are sure about our abilities and know exactly what it is that we can offer. So otherwise, if we do that, if we overextend ourselves, overpromise and underdeliver, we're not going to go further. That's not what our soul wants. Our soul wants us to go further. So, helping us every step of the way. Don't be mad at yourself if you're not stepping into that space. Don't be cranky with yourself if it doesn't make sense. It's how it's meant to be. Because once everything starts to make sense, it'll be like boom. You can step in because you'll know who you are, you know what you can deliver, and you're not going to fall down. Everything's going to be held up so that you don't fall down. I love that, because I tend to rush into things. I don't know about you guys, but I rush into things all the time. I'm just going to do it, whatever happens. And at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, there'll be a few hiccups along the way, and I'll think, thankfully I've learned a few lessons in my time of falling over, that when there are hesitations, I do tend to take notice of and think, I'm not going to push myself here. Let's just wait. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. That's the weekly guidance for week commencing March 22nd, 2021. And I will catch you next week for the same bat time, same bat channel for the next weekly forecast. So thank you. And for Spiritual Events Directory people, let's get on with the show. Thanks a lot, guys, and let's get on with some readings.